friend Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. I'm just pumping them out this weekend. There was like so much music that came out this weekend, and man, I just dove right into it. It's just been up here in the northern part of the United States where I'm at. It's freezing. It was snowing. We had a storm. Nothing better to do than sit in the house, drink whatever your favorite drink is, let's put it that way, and stay nice and warm and crank some tunes. And man, this was a fun one. It's Candlemass, their brand new album, Sweet Evil Son. I know Candlemass is not like a mainstream band by any means, but I have a weird history with Candlemass. I remember I used to get like the Rip magazine and Hit Parade and Circus and all that stuff back when I was younger, because there was no internet, there was none of that stuff. So all you do is read about bands. That's just how I found Metallica too. There was nothing on the radio, and I've been reading about this band Metallica, and I had to get the album. When I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And same kind of thing with Candlemass, except they didn't have quite the same reaction. When I was reading about Candlemass, I was reading about these dark, doomy guitars that sound a lot like, Black Sabbath is always what they got compared to, those types of riffs, which understandably so. And so I went out and got it, and was I believe it was the first one I got was Ancient Dreams. I'm pretty sure that was the first one I got, but I remember it was Messiah Marcolin singing, and I really did not like his voice. Something about his voice just kind of like really turned me off, and I was kind of annoyed. The music was cool, I loved the music, and I was like, man, this guy singing is just kind of ruining it. So yeah, I didn't really listen to it for like the longest time, like for a long time, until maybe just a few years ago. I started getting into like doom again and stoner rock, and there's other bands. I can name 100 bands, but there's a ton of them out there that's really don't get the attention they deserve. And I've heard some of the stuff over the years. They've had so many different singers that I've heard some other stuff with different singers that I liked. But I just, up until maybe, like I said, maybe, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark, I'm kind of guessing, I kind of heard something new, and I decided I was going to go back and listen to their old stuff, and ever since then, I was like, oh man, I've been missing out. So, so I heard this was coming out. I was kind of excited about that. I heard about it a few months ago, and I was like really ready for it. I actually started listening to this one a few days ago, so one of the first ones I popped in. Now, it's another thing about these guys, they change members a lot. There's only one that's been in the band the whole entire time. That's the bass player, Leif Edling. These guys are Swedish, so I know I'm gonna get their names like all messed up. The rhythm guitar, Mats Bjorkman, has been in it almost the whole entire time. He took a little break in 98, 99, and there's a couple guys that stepped in that I'm not familiar with. Most of these guys are Swedish, and I'm not familiar with any other stuff they've done, except for Mats Levin, who actually was on vocals for like 6 years, and all he ever recorded was a couple EPs with him. He never did a full-length album. And in case you don't know who Mats Levin is, he sang with Yngwie. I think he did Advance. He's been like a guest vocalist on like 100 different things, maybe not 100, but a lot of different things. He's a really well-known singer, and he was in this band for quite a long time and never recorded a full-length album. So it's kind of a bummer, because I think he's probably the best singer that they had, but that's just my opinion. Now, however, they have Johan Langsvist, I don't know if I'm saying that right, who was the original singer, aside from Leif, who actually sang lead vocals way back in the beginning, but the actual first vocalist they had was Johan, and he joined back up with them back in 18, and they recorded one album, The Door to Doom, back in 19, and this is the second one with the same lineup since then, which is amazing. That's like a record for them, I think. But anyway, so I got it, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's different though, and I'll explain what I'm talking about here. First of all, I got it on Bandcamp. In case you guys don't know what Bandcamp is, if there's anybody out there that doesn't know what Bandcamp is, you should check it out. There's lots of like popular bands, and I say popular bands that have been around for years, maybe not even mainstream. I think Joe and Turner's newest one is on Bandcamp. And Sweet Evil Son here is on Bandcamp. I use Bandcamp for all my stuff. I got a couple other bands that I've been involved with that use it. The good thing about them is they're usually not that expensive. Like this was $10, and all the money goes to the artist. There's no labels or anything involved. So when you're buying a album off of here, it goes right to the artist. Jason Beeler's is actually the one who I discovered on here, and I was like, holy crap, this is a cool site. So a little, if Bandcamp wants to, support one of my videos, hey, there's a free plug there for you. But anyway, so I got it on there, and man, it's cool. So you can get it in you have different options how you can get it. You can actually get a lot of physical copies and stuff too. But I got the digital release on this one, so I had to have it instantly. I didn't want to wait. So anyway, the reason I say it's a little different is because it's recorded really, really well. And if you're a fan of Doom, sometimes that's not always the best thing. It's crystal clear. You can hear everything. And it's the drums are just clear. The riffs, the bass, the guitar riffs, the bass is just everything's there. Things that what got me into more this style of music before was everything was a little bit muddy and fuzzy, and it wasn't a mess or anything like that. There was separation of the instruments still, but they kind of melded together a little bit, and the fuzzy tones and the everything, and the doomy sounding drums, not recorded with a lot of compression and triggers and stuff. And I think they use a lot of that on this one. And his vocals are right up front. I mean, they're right up front. And he's got this type of voice that's deep and a growly type of singing style, which fits the music great. But it's so if you like crystal clear doom, this is the album for you. If you may not like this one too much, you might want to go check out some of the earlier stuff first if you haven't listened to these guys. I personally would stay away from anything with, Marcolin singing on it there, but there's plenty of other ones to choose from. The songs, they're all, there's nothing, new as far as, anything they do that's anything out of the norm. Although all the riffs on this one are pretty cool. A lot of them are the slow and dirgy, sludgy type of riffs, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. Probably the standout on this one, I think I liked Black Butterfly myself. That one was really cool, and Goddess was actually really good on track number 9, and then it just kind of fades out with a song called A Cup of Coffin, so which is weird. It's kind of faded out, just a weird, cool riff. Not sure why they threw that on there. It didn't really do anything special, but I would rather had another song. But I'm not going to complain. These songs are all pretty lengthy anyway. They're right around anywhere from the 5 to 7 minute mark. A couple shorter ones. There's Sweet Evil Son isn't too long. It's only 3 minutes, and Scandinavian Gods is only 4. So yeah, check them out if this is new to you. Maybe not start with this album. If you want to hear what real sludge and stoner rock sounds like, maybe check a little bit earlier in their catalog. But I liked it either way. I probably would have preferred it mixed a little differently. But other than that, one little picky thing, I guess, about it that was really enjoyable to listen to. I like this kind of music, and that it uplifted my spirits, even though it's doom. It's kind of weird how it does that. So anyway, what do you guys think of Candlemass? Any fans out there? Any haters? If there are haters, be nice. Get some people that like to be really rude sometimes. I know it's the internet and all that, but at the same time, let's be decent. We can still be decent human beings, even though we're on the internet. I don't understand why some people feel the need to, just be rotten. But anyway, that aside, can't wait to hear your comments and what do you guys think. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, and talk to you later. See ya.